Hi guys, welcome to Adam McKola TV. I'm Adam. So Manchester United lost against Liverpool in the first leg of the Europa League. Tie yesterday 2-0. Quite comfortable it was for Liverpool as well, and a disastrous performance by Manchester United. I think Paul Scholes summed it up well in his summary for BT. He said it's a shambles, and what he went on to say after that was bang on the money. I haven't agreed with everything Paul Scholes has said this season, but that was one of the things that I wholeheartedly agree with. United were woeful, and to think we went into a game against one of our fiercest rivals and played like that makes it even worse. Why was the team not up for it? Doesn't make any sense. And there's only one person you have to look to and blame, and that's Louis van Gaal. How he's still in a job, I don't know as well. I like him, everyone knows that, but obviously in recent months he hasn't been good enough. The performances haven't been good enough, and there's no sign of it getting better. It seems like the club are going to wait until the summer when they'll probably get Jose Mourinho, but at the moment none of that is confirmed. That's all rumour, so it makes it more of a head scratcher as to how he is still in a job given all of those bad results that we have had. Now obviously this week we've got West Ham away, Liverpool the second leg, and then we've got Man City in the Manchester derby. Now, for me, the season's already over, but as the season goes on, you obviously have to adjust your targets. At the moment, our target has to be to get Champions League football and hopefully do well in the FA Cup. But that could all change in a matter of days, with the next game being that West Ham quarter-final, then the second leg, and then Manchester City, who sit above us in the league. And if you think, if we lose that, then our slight hopes of top four have definitely gone, if they haven't already. Whether the club will then take action like they did with David Moyes once it was too late, I don't know. Whether there's a clause in Louis van Gaal's contract or whatnot, I don't know. But it seems like the club aren't going to make that decision now. So where do we go next? How do we move forward? Because we seem to have been in the same continuous cycle. Louis van Gaal hasn't helped himself at all in terms of team selection, in terms of sometimes the substitutions are woeful. Although in the second half of the game against Liverpool he changed it up, we got a little bit better, although it was still very poor. It's just not been good enough, not been good enough at all. And I don't buy into this stuff that the signings have been poor, because I genuinely don't believe his signings have been poor. I genuinely believe with the players that we've got and the squad that we've got, we should be doing better than we are doing. A lot better. We should be in that title race, especially with the way the season has gone this year. But we're not. You're telling me a midfield of the likes of Schneiderlin, Schweinsteiger, Carrick, you can pick Herrera in there as well, Blind, Pereira coming through. That's not good enough. That is good enough. Then you look at our strikers, Martial, Wayne Rooney. Yes, we've been a bit light up top, but they're not bad strikers, are they? Wingers, we've been a bit light there as well. We've had a lot of injuries, but we've got people like Memphis that plays for the club. Matta's played out there. It's not his best position, but he's played out there. Jesse Lingard, Adnan Januzaj. I don't think he's a winger as well, but he will play out wide sometimes. So we've got talent throughout our club. We've got one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and if I may add, if it wasn't for him yesterday, it would have been a lot worse. So why hasn't it been better? Because of the style of play, and because of the manager. Now, I think there's a lot more problems at Manchester United than Louis van Gaal. But when you're looking at this season on its own, he's got to be held accountable, because the performances and the results have not been good enough. Now, if you have a bad run of results but the performances are there, fair dues. And we can accept some bad performances along the way, but it's continuous. Continuously, we haven't been good enough. We haven't been able to get up for Champions League games. We haven't been able to get up for games against the likes of Liverpool. Remember that drab 0-0 draw at home against Manchester City? Just haven't been good enough. And I would like to say, look, Louis van Gaal needs to go, but we know that isn't going to happen until the end of the season, at the earliest. So it's a strange one. But like I said, there's a lot of problems at the club. Louis van Gaal is one of them. But there's a few things that need to be sorted out. But yeah, I just thought I'd vent a little bit really after that game against Liverpool, because it was a bad one, and I left there feeling really shit. Like, he just doesn't help himself. Rashford out wide with defensive duties. Why? Why are you picking Fellaini? And if you're picking him, use him to his strengths. Daley Blind's been shot to bits. Why is he starting? He hasn't looked good or fit in the last couple of games. Michael Carrick, sad to say, he's now finished. Glad Schweinsteiger's coming back. Schneidlin had a bad game yesterday as well, but I don't think that's been consistent throughout the season. What has been consistent is how bad we've been. And I don't care whether we win the FA Cup or get top 4 or not. This season has been a write-off, and this season has been a failure, because we should be doing a lot better than we have done and we can do. Guys, let us know what you're thinking at the moment. Get your comments in below. I know I haven't done a video pre-match before Liverpool or post-match. I've been a little bit ill, so apologies for that, but here's the latest, and of course we'll have the Footy Manager videos up for you a bit later as well. See you later.